Shalom. Out here once again on the highways and hedges. Before I start, I want to give all, as usual, give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Mukah, Madash. I'm honest to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, doing well, and walk tall, young brothers' knowledge. Honest salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, the work of true sincerity. Shalom to you. Shalom to the Akwab that believe as well. All right. I have well, actually got a few things I want to go into, but what's kind of fresh, watching the news. So I had I was watching the news on the way out to the highways and hedges, and I seen that Slavic candidate, which is Slovakia, they have strong support for the Russians, Vladimir Putin, and the Russians. And what you have is a pro-Russian candidate, and even the current, president-elect, they're cutting ties with Ukraine as far as giving them military aid. Okay, so this whole, what you call it, it's a term they call it. I know it too. I don't know why I can't think of it right now. But the term is proxy war. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Proxy war. Okay, so this proxy war that is led by U.S. NATO through using Ukraine as a weapon against the Russians. Okay, what you have here is basically you can say a stalemate. You can say like a sink ship in the water. And what happened is it's been backfired. Okay, people are starting to pull back their support for Ukraine. Okay, even the U.S. All right, talking about cutting off aid to Russia. So hey man, that's a slap in the face to you Ukrainians, man. But I brought that up. Just let me see here. I brought that up because that's exactly what the scriptures have said about Esau, Edom. Okay, how is his Confederate, or how the Confederate of Esau is going to come against him. Okay, also, a house that's divided against itself shall not stand. And what you have is a divide. You have a strong divide among the Edomites, the house of Esau, Edom. Okay, and it's starting to show more and more because of the support that's or the support that they are losing, all right, for this Ukrainian-Russian war. And that show you that especially America, all right, Babylon, they was blind the whole time because they had you so-called American people believing that they was winning this war, and then Ukraine was going to win this war. What they come to find out is the Russians, basically what they've done is, they haven't even brought out, the best important weapons of their arsenal. Okay, they only brought out little things. They only lost a few soldiers. Here it is. Ukrainians have lost way more, but over here in the American media, you wouldn't believe so because they tell you something totally opposite. Okay, even though the WION News, the World is One News, which is garbage ass news. How you gonna be an ally of Russia, but you using an American narrative? This is Mark chapter 3, verse 23, and he called them unto him, which him is he is Yahushua. Okay, he called to his disciples. Okay, it says, And he called unto them and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? So, when you know about the spiritual demon Satan, there are physical counterparts of the spiritual demon Satan, which would be the house of Esau, Edom, okay? It says, which, that's the so-called white race today, okay? The people that are Caucasian, all right? By the house of their fathers, okay? By the house of their fathers, the actual descendants of Esau, Edom, okay? From the central bankers on down to the so-called Jews, man. All right, the whole world knows what's going on. The whole world's waking up to who Esau is, man. It shouldn't be no secret to you, especially to our people, okay? Verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Right, and you see that, all right, because the Edomites, all right, they're ruling, they're in their rulership, all right. This is their kingdom, but yet they're divided against one another, okay? You have the so-called Americans against the so-called Russians, okay? You have the Turkish, they're against, it's NATO allies, okay? So NATO is divided, okay? You have some that is on the American side, some support Russia. That's a clear divide. But yet still, this is the kingdom of the Edomites, okay? It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So what you're seeing right now is a kingdom that's divided against itself beginning to fall. And really, it's been falling, okay? Before young brothers like myself woke up to this knowledge, okay? This kingdom been falling. When I woke up to this knowledge, it was already falling, okay? So imagine the bishops, the elders, and the apostles that I learned from. They all watched this thing fall from years ago. Some of them before I was even born, okay? So this place is falling, all right? That's why, one thing you see what's going on globally even, all right, which is the global economy. The global economy is affected. How is it affected? Because of these different wars, these natural disasters, okay? You have hyperinflation hitting most countries, okay? I was watching the news earlier, and over in Canada, they having just like over here in the States, they having what you call it, a strike, a worker strike. They're having a mass worker strike over in Canada. All right? So things are falling, man, in this society. Because why? The society is coming to its end. Okay? And there's nothing you can do about it. All right? And the workers, all right, or the commoners, all right, the citizens, the people who live in these different lands, they're just frustrated and tired with their own government to the point where they like, when you give us this, or we ain't gonna do this. So now things beginning to be in a stalemate where it's like the government is losing control of its own citizens. And this happening in most places. Okay, not just over in Canada. There's a lot of countries that's in uproar and that's protesting and having to strike against their own jobs, governments. Okay? So it says, open it up real quick. Verse 25, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. And so this is the reason why Yahweh Bashim Yahushua woke up his people, all right, the children of Israel, the people on this sign right here, of the so-called Native American, so-called Negro, so-called Hispanic descent, by the house of their fathers, all right, the elect of our people, all right, have been woken up, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, and the hearing of the Lord's word, all right, the elect of the nation of Israel is waking up because why? The Lord is coming back to deliver his elect. All right, that's what's going on. So this gospel had to be preached, okay? Because the Lord has to be elect of his people, okay? And how it's looking now, there's no, even within the Babylon dimension, right? Over here in Babylon with the shutdown, okay? America's financial woes can't be, it can't be, what's the word I'm looking for? America's financial woes cannot be solved, okay? What you have is a continuance of piling up of debt. See? You have all this debt that Esau have amidst to himself. Now he's in so much debt, he can't get out of this debt. All right? This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home. Now, this is talking about the wicked. All right, the wicked, which is his soul, that is lifted up within him, is not upright, which is the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Okay? It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Especially, that wine represents, this vain indoctrination and vain philosophy, way of living. Okay? That he's been pushing out throughout the whole world. All right, under the name of democracy. Okay, that's how he disguised his wine in so-called democracy. And what does democracy do? It destroys you. Same with capitalism. It destroys you. All right, capitalism. What it do is, or what it does rather, is basically makes it where the people that have money, all right, they keep getting money, and the people that's trying to, bring in resources or money for themselves, they can't come up. They just remain poor. All right, pretty much in a nutshell. And that's what's going on, man. But let's continue on. It says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he's a proud man, neither keep it at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right, and this is Esau, even so-called white man. This is what he pushed on the whole world. Okay? He even want the whole world to be one people. With his NWO, his New World Order plan. This is what he's been pushing for. This is what he's been fighting for. Okay? Trying to make everybody one when everybody's not one. Okay? The Lord has never been with all the people united. Okay? Okay, this is matter of fact, let me finish this Habakkuk first. I'm still Habakkuk verse 6. Let me finish it up first. It says, Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a telling proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that laid himself with thick clay. The thick clay represents the debt he's in. All right, the Hebrew word there is abatyat, okay? Abatyat, which means debt. Okay, when you look up the word clay, it means abatyat, which means debt. Okay, and America is in so much debt. They keep raising the debt ceiling. Still is in debt. All right, you keep raising the debt ceiling when you haven't even paid off the debt that you already owe. So what have that done? Interest rates went up. Okay? Taxation went up. Right? The economy has gotten worse and worse progressively over time, to the point where now this economy is getting ready to crash. Okay? This economy is getting ready to crash right here in America. And not just America, but globally, man. All right, the central banks globally are having trouble. Okay, most, far the majority of them. See, and you got to keep in mind too that they want to bring in this Karagma, okay, this electronic device, all right, which is known as the mark of the beast, the MOTB, is we use the acronym, right, which is again in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right, the Greek word there is charagma, which means something that's inserted or implanted under, you know what I'm saying, within your hand, your forehead, or any other limb of your body. Okay, and this is what they've been pushing. Okay, this is what the elites of Esau, Edom, this is their plan. All right, so when you see these different electronic devices, people going in stores using their hand, scanning their hand to pay for their merchandise or goods. You see people on videos using their hands, all right, to swipe at their doorway. Okay, this RFID microchip is not just in your device. All right, their plans is to put it in you. Okay, and that's the part of their that's part of their New World Order plans, man. This whole depopulation, all these people losing their lives. All right, this is all a part of, when you look at those scriptures, this is all part of the Lord's plan. Okay, this is the Lord's plan to bring out that devil, which is Esau, Edom. All right, because he's wicked. Because who plan is to bring in this New World Order? All right, the Edomites, the wicked. Okay, but remember that the Most High controls the wicked. See? The Most High is the one in control. And the Most High is going to send back his only begotten Son, Yahushua, to interrupt that implementation of the New World Order. But right now, all right, the Lord is preparing the wicked for the day of evil. Okay? To weed out you bad Israelites that are willfully being rebellious, and to punish you inhabitants of the earth. The Lord is doing these things because why? He's getting ready to set up, all right, his son, all right, his only begotten son, Yahushua, all right, which by default that's going to be the kingdom of Israel, all right, the kingdom of the Israelites, the so-called Negro Latino Native Americans, begin with the elected bar people. So this is what's going on. All right, this is what's going on. Okay, now this is First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. So this is during the time of the Greeks, all right, when you Edomites, which are your so-called white people, when you first came into power. This is the first time you came into power, and then under Antiochus, all right, so named Epiphanes, which would be like Antiochus the Fourth. He had a heavy he had set out a heavy persecution upon Jacob. That's what was going on. Okay, he was persecuting Israelites heavily, man. All right, they had trodden down Jerusalem, and he put harsh things upon the Israelites that were at Jerusalem that he had captured under the reign of the Greeks, man. Okay. It's happening long. Let me my damn tablet went dead. It was fully charged. I'm using my paper sword. It says, First Maccabees 1:41 I was in. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed to idols and profaned the Sabbath. So this is something that the Edomites, all right, was trying to do back then, okay? And even when you go into the history of the Tower of Babel, they were trying to do that back then as well. Okay? Excuse me. No, during the time of Nimrod, they was trying to, the Tower of Babel was because they was trying to, create a new world order or bring everyone together back then. And the Heavenly Father was never with that. The Heavenly Father was never for all people being together. Integration is what you would call it today. And today you have an integration of all these different, or a representation of all the different nations, all right, that the Lord created. They're mixing among each other, okay? Especially right here in Babylon the Great, which is America, okay? The Lord was never for that. So what's going on is, Esau, all right, which is another way he's bringing everybody together. He's striving against the Lord because the Lord was never for that. The Lord never intended for all people to be together. Okay, that's why the Lord gave the nations their inheritance, which is their lands. Okay, so this is Deuteronomy 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. See? The Most High divided or separated, okay? Says he separated the nations, gave them their inheritance, gave them their lands. All right, this is your land, Moab. This is your land, Ishmael. This is your land, Ammon. This is your land, Elam. All right, this is your land, Ham. So on and so forth. All right, this land for my chosen people. All right, the Israelites, who I made to serve me. Okay? This is my firstborn's land, all right, the nation of Israel. All right, this is your land. I'm going to give you the best and plenteous land on all the earth that I've created. That's what the Lord did for us, man. Okay? It says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Because that's a cut to you people that are always saying that, we all come from Adam. Okay, that's true. But there's always been a chosen line, all right, from the time of the Adamites on up until after the flood, when the Lord, pretty much changed our names from being the sons of the Most High to the princes of the Most High. Okay? I mean, that's all that changed, really. Okay? We was known as the sons of the Most High, and we became the Israelites. Okay? Which, you know the name, Israel. You know the meaning of it. Okay? He's a prince of God. All right? He's a prince of the power. All right? That's the same thing. Verse 9, for the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. All right? So, there you go, man. The Lord was never for all people being together. So when Esau bringing all the people together, what he's doing? He's going against the Lord. He's been the adversary to the Lord. Okay? If the Lord was going to have us all to be together, he would have created it to be that way. Okay? He would have made it that way. But he never made it that way. Okay? Because the Lord has a special chosen line that he's going to, like he told Abraham, that he was going to bless and multiply. Okay? He give him a land that flowed with milk and honey. Which that would go on. That land that the Lord had promised Abraham, that land will be known as the land of Israel today, which is formerly the land of Canaan. Okay? The land of Canaan is the original name of the land of Israel. Because you had the Canaanites living in there. The Lord said, don't remove thy neighbor's landmark. Okay? So you have it where the Canaanites built there before we come up to claim our land. And that's what the Lord told our forefathers. Go ye up, all right, and get ye into the land that I have given your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, the land that flows with the honey. All right. You have the Canaanites dwelling there, okay? And what happened? You had it where the Lord, you had it where the Lord caused our forefathers to go up to that land and war with the Canaanites to get our land, because that land belonged to us. They were just occupying the land. See? But anyways, the Lord never. The point is that the Lord never continued. The Lord never wanted. All people to be together. Okay, this whole notion of one nation under God. That's all a fairy tale. There's no such thing as one nation under God. Okay, the Lord didn't create one nation. See, that's the plans of the evil and wicked elites of this world. They think in their mind that all people should be one, when all people ain't one. Okay? The Lord made his people to be above all you people on the face of the earth. All right? It's not written that the Lord has made his people to be above all people. All right? To be a peculiar treasure unto himself. A special people unto himself, right? So everybody's not the same. That's why it says in 2 Ezra 6th chapter that, matter of fact, I'll read it. Second Ezra 6:54, and after these, and also whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Yeah, because contrary to popular opinion and belief, there is a chosen people. Okay? I'll say that again. Contrary to popular belief and opinion, there's always have been a chosen people. There's never been a people that are all the same. Okay? You got the sons of the wicked, you got the sons of the Most High, and then you have the sons of men. All right? It says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this, think about that. Who the Lord chose? He chose the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, the Lord didn't say I'm gonna create the 12 tribes of the Jewish people. No, he said the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, of the children of Israel. That's how you know that the people in the land is not the people. When you say the word Jew, you're not referring to the whole nation. You're referring to the southern kingdom. See? So you gotta bring in the other tribes. If you say the people, bring in those other tribes. You hear them? They say Benjamin, Levi, Judah. Okay. Well, where's Naphtali? Where's Ephraim? Where's Simeon? Where's Reuben? Where's Gad? Where's Asher? Where's Manasseh? Huh? Where's Zebulun? Huh? They can't produce you one other tribe in the land, but yet they claim to be the people, and they get mad at us because the Lord have woken us up to our nationality, because that's who we are. You get mad at us because we bring these things out. And then you people out there don't do your research, man. If you do a little research, if you understood the scriptures, you would clearly see what we're saying. This ain't hate speech. truth speech. You know? This is Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. The word Jew, it says, originally it denoted one belonging to the tribe of Judah or to the two tribes of the southern kingdom. All right, and it says, and which you know the history, it was three tribes of the southern kingdom. You had Judah, you had Levi, and you had Benjamin. See, they was known as the Jews. It gives precepts, right? Let's hit these precepts real quick. Let's see here. Well, it says, and it was applied to anyone of the Hebrew race who returned from the captivity, as most of the exiles came from Judah. Well, yeah, the Babylonians. The Babylonians took the tents of Judah. Okay? And who took the northern tribes? The Assyrians. So, yeah, you had the exiles of the kingdom of Judah return. You had some also the northern tribes return. Not in bulk, but you had a few in return. All right, they knew that, all right, Judah was the lead tribe. But in mass, the northern tribes, we came over to the place you call the Americas, which that's written in the Bible. All right, a land where never mankind dwelt at. But it says, as most of the exiles came from Judah, and as they were the main historical representatives, which it says the main representatives, it said they were the main historical representatives of ancient Israel. The term Jew came finally to comprehend all the Hebrew race throughout the world, which is not true. The Lord didn't. First of all, the Lord didn't. He didn't get rid of. He didn't destroy the northern tribes, as far as do away with them. Okay, but let's hit these precepts real quick. 2 Kings 16. Second Kings 16 and verse 6. And at that time, Rezin, the king of Syria, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria and drave the Jews from Elath. And the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there until this day. So Ahaz sent messages to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, saying, I am thy servant and thy son, come up and save me out of the hand of the king of Syria, and out of the hand of the king of Israel, which rise up against me. Because during this time you had it was during a time where the kingdom of Israel had split. There was a lot of infighting going on, right? And it was during a time where we became the northern and southern kingdom. All right, but it ain't no point in the scriptures where it said the Lord will do away with us forever. Okay, this is something that the the wacky tacky Christians and theologians they don't factor in on that. Okay. Hosea chapter 7 verse 6, it says, Hosea chapter 7 verse 1. When I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim, and the history of Ephraim is, Ephraim became the head of us northern tribes, the ones you call Native Americans in Spanish today. Okay? We was led away by Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans today. That's the tribe that became the head of the northern tribes. See? It says, when I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria, which is what? Talking about the northern tribes. For they commit falsehood, and the thief cometh in, and the troop of robbers spoiled without. Okay? And they consider not in their hearts that I remember all their wickedness. Now their own doings have beset them about. So when you look into it, the Assyrians came up against us because that's the Lord bringing our enemies against us. Because why? We kept going off. You had the different kings of Israel, of the northern tribes. All of them was wicked. All right, they was going off, man. All right, they was going the fuck off. The Lord got wroth. All right, he got wroth with us, and he cast us out of his sight, which is the land of Israel. All right, this is why the Assyrians came up and took Samaria, which is what? Where the northern tribes dwelt at. Okay? They besieged it 3 years. Okay? And then they finally took it away under this guy Salmanassar V. But at the same time, you had the Babylonians. They came and got the 10th of Judah out of there. Okay? So 2 Kings 16. Yeah. What's his name was Tiglath-Pileser. That was his name. Because these kings are spoken about in the history. You got Rezin. You have what was the other name? Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria. So you have Rezin, king of Syria, then you have Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria. Yeah, they came up against us, man. Okay, they came up against us, and the Syrians, all right, again, they was the ones that taking away the northern tribes. Okay, but who was left out? The tribes. You had Judah, which is the lead tribe of all the tribes, and you had the priest tribe, which mainly stayed with the lead tribe, which is Levi, and then you had the tribe of Benjamin. They stayed. Okay. That's why when you go into the New Testament, even Paul himself said, I am matter of fact, because Paul was in the house of Benjamin. Yeah, here it goes. Romans 11:1, it says, I say then, had the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid, for I also am an Israelite. Notice he didn't say the Ish on it. He didn't say that Ish word. He didn't say he's Jew-ish. He said he's an Israelite. Of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Okay? So Paul knew his nationality. Paul knew his identity. Okay? And Paul had Roman citizenship too. But did that make him a Roman because he had citizenship? No. No matter where you live at, your nationality don't goddamn change because I'm gonna live over here. You say I go move over to let's name a country, Germany. Does that make me German? Though I may have kids that's born in Germany, does that make them German? No, it just means I have German citizenship. And then my kids is granted German citizenship by being born in that land. That's all it simply means. So they don't mean that this is your nationality. Okay? You look at all the Israelites that participate in sports, right? In all the entertainment world. Whether sports, acting, what have you. They come from these different lands, okay? Just like when the day of Pentecost, they came from these different lands, these different regions. But one common denominator is what? They was all Israelites. Okay? When you had it where Shalom out, you had it where the day of Pentecost came, okay, and then the males of Israel, all right, the men of Israel were supposed to present themselves 3 times a year, right? And so it was during that time, all right, and they came to present themselves in Jerusalem, as is appointed in the law of Moses, and they came from these different lands, and they were speaking different languages, all right. One thing they had in common was they was all Israelites. Though they was born in these different lands, they wasn't raised within the borders of Israel, but they didn't make them an Israelite. All right, they didn't make them an Israelite because they came and just wanted to worship. No, they made them an Israelite because they was born, all right, through the lineage, okay, the bloodline. That's what made them an Israelite. So it was the lineage, the bloodline. All right. Now, in these different lands, you had where some of them was taught they was Israelites. Okay. Some of them was taught they was Israelites, and then you had the ones that didn't know. But the ones that did know, all right, they came to present themselves at Jerusalem. I'm speaking about the day of Pentecost. Okay. So they came to Jerusalem because they knew the customs of the males presenting themselves before the Lord. Okay. They came to the land of Israel to worship, okay? So, again, no matter where you're born, if you're an Israelite by the house of your fathers, that's all that matters, okay? As far as identifying you as being an Israelite, okay? Now, what's more important is that you know this truth, all right? That's the most important of all, that you know this knowledge, see? This is one second. Second Kings 24 and I started at 1. I'm gonna bounce around a little bit. Second Kings chapter 24 verse 1. In this days Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up, and Jehoiakim became his servant 3 years. Then he turned and rebelled against him. So this is where you have it, where the tents of Judah was taken away. All right, the tents of Judah, which would be Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Nebuchadnezzar II came up against him. All right, and he took away the tents of Judah. All right, and this is where they went into the captivity under the Babylonians. All right, for that 70-year period. All right, and then you had many of them that have returned. Okay, and returned to the land. But who didn't return in mass or in bulk? It was the northern tribes. But again, that doesn't mean that the Lord just cast us aside forever and done away with us. No, it doesn't mean that. Grab me 1 second. Let me grab this. you bring up things about the northern tribes, most of the time they don't want to talk. They don't want to answer that because why? They know. The book of St. John, chapter 10. I'm gonna start at 14. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. Right? And these are the words of Yahushua, okay? Because he is our shepherd, man. The Most High Heavenly Father have established His only begotten Son, Yahushua, as our shepherd. All right, that's why this Genesis 49. Matter of fact, we hold that because this is something that our forefather Jacob told the patriarchs. All right, things are going to happen in the last days. All right, and he said this. Let me see here. Genesis 49:1. And Jacob called to his sons and said, "Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days." Okay, so jumping down to verse 10, it says, "The scepter should not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come," which that's referring to who? The Messiah. It says, "And unto him shall the gathering of the people be," which the people of who? The people of the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, which is known as what? The sheep. All right, the lost sheep of the or the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right. So the Israelites, we're known as lost sheep, man. We're the sheep that the Lord is gathering. Start with the elect, all right, of the sheep. It's 144,000, man. See? So back in John 10, it says, back in John 10:14, I am the good shepherd and I am the good shepherd and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And that's talking about the crucifixion. Okay? When Yahushua was delivered up to be crucified, all right, he died to be a prince and a savior, all right, and to who? The house of Israel, the Israelites. Okay? When he was offered up as an unblemished sacrifice, okay, for the sins of his people, which are the Israelites, man. Yahushua didn't die for everybody, man. Okay? This is the book of Romans 9:4, who are Israelites to whom pertain the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Heavenly Father and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Yahushua came, who is over all, the Heavenly Father blessed forever. So be true, amen, right? So we know that Yahushua, all right, is that shepherd, okay? And he came for his sheep, which is what? The sheep of the house of Israel, okay? And he gave his life for what? Them sheep. All right, the shepherd gave his life for his sheep, man. Okay? It says, verse 16, "And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd." See? Because why? The other sheep that Yahushua was talking about was us northern tribes. This is where you go into the stories of Gad, Reuben, Issachar, all the northern tribes. We all had stories of Yahushua coming to the side, man. All right? The feathery serpent, all those stories, man. For a fiery serpent, Slakia. If I may misquote Slakia, you know. These are all accounts that Yahushua came over here. You know, a lot of people had to counsel the chariots coming over here. They drew them on symbols. You know, they drew the symbol or the shape of the chariots and some of the ancient artwork they found, man. So they knew how some of the chariots were shaped, how they looked. They knew about Yahawashi, man. All right. When you go into our language, right? I know bits of words. You know, I don't know much. I'm not raised in the red, so I'm not, you know, keen to know all of it. But I'll say this: they say a broken form of Yahawashi name. All right, Yehoshua. They say a broken form of it, man. Okay, and they say the Most High name, the broken form. They say either Yohewah. No, they say, you know, different broken forms, man. All right, and then one thing you need to know, in case you don't know, you brothers that's northern tribes, you know this, so I'm not saying nothing to you that's new, right? When they have the large gatherings, right? Now pay attention. When they have large gatherings, right? I was invited to one, but I ain't had time to go. Still ain't went yet, but every year they have a large gathering in Albuquerque, New Mexico, right? And so one thing they do is all the northern tribes are represented at the gathering. I'm talking about all of them. You have a representation of what's called so-called Taínos. You have the Aztec tribes. Okay. You have some of the of course you got different Seminoles. All right. You got Creek, same thing. You got some Apache up there. You got the Chippewas. They go there. The Blackfoots. A representation of all the tribes. Which go back to the different tribes of Gad, different tribes of Reuben, tribes of Issachar, tribes of Simeon, what have you, right? Tribes of Ephraim. They all gather at this large gathering, man. Okay. And it ranges from different shades. Now I've seen them on video. Like I said, I have never been to a mass gathering, which is the largest one is in Albuquerque, I believe. Now don't quote me on that, but I believe Albuquerque, New Mexico is the largest one. Okay, but they say broken Hebrew words sometimes. If you pay attention, you hear it. Any elder native speak. They speak some words. They speak. You can hear the Hebrew in it. So, continuing on, it says, yeah, can I finish enough? So yeah, the other sheep, all right. Matter of fact, let's go from there, because this is what the awakening is all about. Okay, the Lord waking up His sheep from the spiritual dead state of mind. Okay, and gathering His sheep. Okay. Well, I'm getting that too. And we got a council of Yahawashi coming over here, man. It took me to ask my uncle, the only survivor of my grandfather that's up here that I have access to him and my grandmother to direct direct me to the history and stuff like that. And they can tell me what they tell me what they could. I just found out the rest through my own digging. See? No, here we go. This is Jeremiah 50:4. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come up, they and the children of Judah together going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their power. Yeah, and this is why, like it speaks about, they still a great exceeding army. This is what frightens Esau, man. So we're not out here causing no kind of physical harm to nobody. We're not out here trying to, stir up a riot or no shit like that. We're just simply waking up our people. We simply teaching our people the truth, which is in this book we call the Bible, all right? But this is a threat to Esau. The truth is a threat. We're not a physical threat to Esau. The truth is a threat to Esau. See? It's the truth that condemns Esau. It's the truth that he don't want to hear. He don't want to hear it. And you got to think about it. He don't want to hear his kingdom going down. He don't want to hear that the Lord is bringing up his people. See? Esau don't want to hear that stuff. He wants his kingdom to continue on for generation to generation, forever. All right? It says, verse 5, they shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come, and let us join ourselves to the Lord in the perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. See? And that's what's going on. All right? Through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, waking up his men, all right, starting with Abba Bivens, to teach his people the truth. All right, which the people, all right, of the Lord, all right, all our people are not going to get this truth. That's the reality of it. The elect don't get it. All right, can't say that enough. The elect is one going to get this knowledge. The elect is one going to be made of quick understanding, man, in the sight of the nations, man. Okay? And that's all, again, that's all the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right, verse 5. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord in the perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people had been lost sheep. See? Who? Israel and Judah, the whole nation. We have been that lost sheep. What Yahushua say? Think not I am come but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay? You can't get around that. You can't get around that. You get into the Gentile subject, oh, see, say Gentile. No, them Gentiles were the lost sheep, all right, of the house of Israel. They became foreign, okay? They became foreigners. Anyone can become a foreigner. If you're a so-called Arab, and you're not raised in the tradition of the so-called Arab people, all right, the sons of Ishmael, you're an Ishmaelite foreigner. You're not raised into knowing who your people are and knowing their traditions. So you're foreign to them. You're like an outsider because you're not raised the way everybody else is raised, that's been raised up within the culture or the tradition or knowing the language, different things like that. So yeah, you are foreign. All right, as far as the way you may think, the way you may dress, okay, the way you live, okay, because you're going to talk to traditions that your forefathers knew. Same with any other nations, okay? So us Israelites, we became foreign to our nationality. We became foreign to our heritage, man. We became foreign to the Commonwealth of Israel, okay? Especially when we discontinued from our heritage, we all became foreign to that, right? So the Gentiles, you think that some actual Gentiles, when they even say Greeks, you may think they were talking about Greeks, but this, you look up that Greek word, okay? For the word Greek, it'll say Hellenistus, okay? It'll say Hellenistus, it'll say ethnos. That's all referring to who? The foreigners of Israel. All right, so again, the lost sheep that the Lord's gathering, the Gentiles the Lord's bringing up, all right, from these different lands, when he comes, it's going to be with all Israelites, man. Because that's who was given that promise, all right? That's who salvation is offered unto, the nation of Israel, man, all right? My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. Yeah, these different nations, these different governments that we've been amongst these different lands. We learn their ways. We learn their customs. This is why I read earlier in the book of First Maccabees that Antiochus did that, man. And you read into the Council of Maccabees, they was doing it about force. So you was forced to consent into the Greek fashion and the Greek ways and Greek living and speaking the Greek language. So hell yeah, you became of foreign. It's called the Hellenization, man. It's called Hellenization. And today, you would say it's Americanization, man. Because all our people have been Americanized, man. And the only way we came out of this Americanization is through this truth, man, through this knowledge. Okay? And so no, you can't be a spiritual Israelite to claim that you're an Israelite. No. You got to be of the lineage, all right, of the bloodline, okay, the seed of an actual man of Israel. That makes you an Israelite. But again, do you believe? Do you believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? Do you believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua's word? Are you seeking Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? Are you being diligent to seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua throughout your daily lives, man? That's important. Okay? It says, they have gone from mountain to hill, they have forgotten their resting place. Yeah, because and Jeremiah, the second and third chapter goes into that. How they went a warring after these different nations and their gods. And then, even the same book, that was, written in the book of Jeremiah, he said what? That we were going to discontinue from our heritage. All right? Because we had to kindle the fire of the Lord's anger, man. Matter of fact, let me read that. And from that moment on, man, we've been just spiritually in a dead state until the Lord quickened us with his word, man. Jeremiah 17 and verse 4, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. So that's for a time, all right? For a time, for a specific, especially for a time, period of time. That's what I'm trying to say. So we did, the Lord's anger did burn, okay? It was kindled against us for a period of time, man. But the Lord has taken away his anger, and ultimately he turned his face unto us by what? Giving us his knowledge through his son, through the men that the Lord rose up first to start turning the hearts of the children, all right, unto the Father, all right. And I mentioned him, which on this side we would begin to learn to know that man was Abba Bivens, which through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, through faith I believe that's that man, okay? Do I know him personally? No, I don't know him. But everything is by the Spirit. All right, everything is by the Spirit. Okay? Malachi chapter 4 and 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. All right? And when Yahushua came, was Elijah there? Of course he was there. Okay? Of course he was there. And he told him what? It was John the Baptist. See? But was it talking about that time when the great and dreadful day of the Lord was going to come? No. It was talking about the times right now. Which, after he was John the Baptist, right? Today we know him as who? The man that was known by the name of Abba Bivens. Okay? Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers. Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So when you go into the accounts of John the Baptist, he was teaching the children to turn back unto the fathers. He was doing that, right? but the great and dreadful day of the Lord didn't come. That's how you know what I'm talking about then. All right? That great and dreadful day didn't come. That great and dreadful day is upon us right now. We're approaching that great and dreadful day right now. As I speak, as you brothers out there teaching, the reason why the society is collapsing, the reason why these plagues are coming up on the earth, and they're slacking not, that great and dreadful day is approaching. The reason why the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord, the chariots of Israel, the reason why they're appearing is because that great and dreadful day is approaching. That's what's going on. The children of Israel, the Israelites out here in the highways and hedges, right? Be on the highways and hedges as Israelites. Because why? The Lord's bringing up his elect to gather them. Because why? It's getting ready to bring forth that great and dreadful day, right? Babylon the Great, which is America, is crumbling. It's down to its wit's end. It's because of what? That great and dreadful day is coming. See? The persecution of the Israelites are the devil coming down to you because they have a short time, right? To what? Bring forth that wrath that he have imagined in his mind, that he have prepared, right? These concentration camps, these prison camps, the Quran with the RFID microchip, huh? De-dollarization, all this going on because why? We're approaching the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Yahweh, all right, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. It's about to destroy this place, man. So that's why these things are going on. All right? And from matter of fact, it's like I went into this last week. So I'm not gonna grab it now, but I'm just gonna quote it, right? That three and a half days, all right, that 350-year period. When the Lord caused us to stand on our feet, all right, it happened. That's when which is from through faith, all right, hearing the great report of Abba Bivens, that's when he came on the scene during that time. In 1969, he was on the scene, man. Yep, he was on the scene during that time. This is Zechariah 12. Zechariah 12 and verse 7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. See? And you know, and that was rightfully so, because through the tents of Judah, I learned I was an Israelite. And I'm sure all you brothers in the northern tribes, you can attest to that too. Not all of you, but a number of you, It was was an actual Judite, all right? It was an actual Judite that the Lord sent me to. An actual a man that I didn't know him, but I was buying DVD movies from him. You know, back in the day, you had the DVD burning movies. You know, they was burning movies and shit like that. The man I learned from, he was actually my movie man, and he knew the truth. He was a man of the tents of Judah. He was of the tribe of Yahweh. Okay, and he was the one that the Lord sent me to. All right, to awake me to this knowledge, man. All right. So the Lord, I can say for myself, I can speak for all you brothers, okay? But I know that personally, the Lord sent me to an actual Judite to learn this truth, okay? And from that moment on, I've been knowing this truth ever since then. Now I may have learned, you know, other things from other brothers, other men, but you know that guy not even the truth no more. But just to be, you know, straight up, you know, that guy's not even the truth no more, for what I know. But you know, brothers told me he wasn't in the truth, or at least not in the camp no more. But it was other brothers I learned from more and more too. You had to wear. I learned of the different brothers on the YouTube, and then, you know, I learned, you know, who the elders were, you know, the apostles were, but the learning had began, right? The learning that I received thus far have not stirred me astray. All right, have not caused me to go astray. Hey, this knowledge is, you know, just like Jeremiah, it's like fire, man, within your bones, man. It keeps you up. It makes you. This truth makes you it causes you to live, man. It calls you to live because prior to knowing this knowledge, we wasn't living. Okay? Like, take a while to talk to the Lord. You know, like I was saying, man, this truth is like, you know, that fire that light that candle with, you know. And from that moment on, how you doing, brother? From that moment on, your spirit is set ablaze. You increase your learning. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. So you know that this is how this knowledge is. All right. And then what you begin to do? You begin to eat this roll. All right. Ezekiel the second chapter. You begin to eat this roll. Okay. And you begin to learn. All right, who you are. All right, you begin to, you know, you got to, you know, you know, a lot of us had to, you know what I'm saying, learn, you know, who our fathers go back to, if you could, right? Because everybody can't, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you goddamn know what tribe you was. And then if you can't, hey, through the spirit, you know, hey, this, I believe I'm this, you know. I mean, we don't know exactly in the kingdom, but hey, some brothers can tell, some brothers can't tell. That's all. That's all that is. So the Lord rose up the tents of Judah. And the tents of Judah, all right, linked up with us northern tribes. And when you see on the highways and hedges, when I go to visit brothers, I see a conglomerate of the different tribes, man. Especially in the bigger camps. You see Judah, you see Ephraim, you see Manasseh, you see Issachar. All right, you see Zebulun, all right. You see Manasseh. You see when I say Manasseh, you see Zebulun. You see Asher. You see Naphtali, Simeon. Yeah. You see brothers, man, and it's a beautiful sight. You see Levi. I know Levites. You know, you see these different, you know, tribes, man, and it makes you excited. You know, it gives you that excitement in the spirit to know that the Lord is truly waking our people up, man. Or have truly waking our people up, you know, and brothers are pushing, man. Brothers are pushing hard, man. It says, real quick. Verse 8, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as power, and the angel, it says, as the angel of the Lord before them. Because, one thing about, the Lord is going to lift up that standard, because our enemies are going to come against us eventually. This is why even in Michigan right now, even in Michigan, they're making it where it's legal to even call out these small hats, man. They're making it illegal to speak the truth, man. All right. So they pass legislation right now to come against us. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushua going to defend us from you devils, man. All right. Hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua going to destroy you devils, man. I don't give a fuck what kind of legislation you make. You can't stop this truth. You can't stop the Lord from coming to getting your ass, Esau. All right. Verse 9, and it shall come to pass in that day. Matter of fact, what's in Isaiah 59 says the Lord going to set up a standard against them, man. And the Lord going to set up a standard against you Edomites, man. Hey, Lord, I'm one of those men, because I can't stand you fucking bastards, man. Every fucking day I look at you fucking Edomites, man. I'm sick to my stomach to seeing you walk around this earth with your wicked ass, propagating this wicked way of living. All right? That shit is a vexation to my spirit, man. Every day I wake up, I gotta see a fucking flaming Mo. I gotta see a fucking, man, different abominations. All right? I gotta wake up to seeing you fucking devils trying to put a woman equal to a fucking man. All right, I'm tired of all that shit, man. All right, I'm tired of all that shit. And that's pissing me off right now, because this is shit I think about every fucking day, man. Got these women out here, if a man can do it, I can do it. No, you can't. The Lord made you the weaker vessel for a fucking reason. All right? And only you weak-minded men gonna accept some bullshit like that. So I'm getting tired of that shit, man. Got a fucking woman, got a female in college football. They put man, they put on spot for that shit. They put this man Deion Sanders on black. Or how you think about it being a female college football player that actually played last week game. He said, hey, it's cool with me as long as she knows what she's putting them pads on, preparing to do, and go out here and play against grown men. Can she handle that? And the answer's gonna be hell fucking no. All right. There's gonna be some fucking pussies out here, these young dudes on this football field, all right, that's gonna show her fucking mercy, man, all right, and they shouldn't show her no fucking mercy. She put them pads on to go out here and play football with grown fucking men. Y'all better hit the shit out of her, man. Hit stick that bitch, man. Okay? This place is fucking, ain't no such thing as equality of genders, man. No such thing as equality of genders, man. You crazy, man. It says it's come to pass that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. All right? And this is why the Lord is gathering you nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. All right, which is Jehoshaphat, all these nations are going to be gathered there, and the Lord is going to judge you, man. All right, he's going to judge you. All right, he's going to plead. He's going to on behalf of us, he's going to destroy you. All right, because one thing that you've done is you live deliciously off the enslavement of our people. All right, even as it is this very day. Okay. So Lamentations, the 2nd chapter, goes into that. How they clap and they wag their hand, the daughter of it, or the daughter of Zion, right? They say, certainly this is the day we look for. So the Lord's gonna jack you heathen up, man. All right? All you heathen, and I can't stand a lot of you, man. A lot of you heathen I come across, man. It's just a spirit that that I have great temperament now. I used to have great temperament, I look at all you fucking heathen with despicableness, man. I despise all you fucking heathen, man. All right, even the ones that because once they know the truth, right? When they say you carry yourself, they know you're different than the rest of your people. They treat you different. They know you ain't for no bullshit. But I still look at them with this. And you know, the scriptures say, if possible, live peaceably among all men. You have to do that. You have to do that. All right, we're not out here to start no shit fist. But I despise them though. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's a demon right there. That was a demon right there. This nigga drove a motorcycle on the sidewalk, man. Drove a motorcycle on the sidewalk. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh yeah. So the Lord's going to fight against you people that came against Jerusalem. And the ultimate plague is going to be that the Lord's going to bring that nuclear fire, man. Especially against Babylon, man. Babylon, you're going to be hit with so much fire. That's why it describes Babylon being a lake of fire. Okay? Because the ultimate plague for America is that the Lord's going to rain the missiles that they had your Edomite scientists to make. All right, that instrument, all right, that was created, which is the ICBM missiles, all right, to destroy America. Man. All right, Zechariah 14 and verse 12. And you know what? Before I read this, right? So the Russians have S-500s. Now remember, like back here in 2017-ish, they rolled out the S-400s. 2018, they brought the S-400s, which they had them out already, but they rolled them out to the public on the world stage. I mean, so now what they've done is rolled out the S-500s. So they brought the S-500s now, and they got them, they got them in full service. And the thing about the S-500s is, now if you remember, right, when this guy is in office, Donald Trump, when he was in office, right, remember they rained missiles on Syria. Now Russia said, now it was 100 missiles, right? 100 missiles. 100 missiles, and they rained on about 100, maybe a little over 100. But they knocked down like 94, 95 of them. The ones that land was, matter of fact, I think it was 100 missiles, and about 92 landed. I mean, 92 was struck down. It was 92 struck down, if I'm mistaken. But you can look it up, you can look it up. I think it was like 92, 93 that was shot down, and about 7 to 8 that landed. Only two or three of them maybe detonated. And the Russians shot them down with the S-200s, the S-300s, the old equipment. There was the old equipment they shot it down with. So now they got the S-500s out here, okay? Which, if you know how to these missiles that Russia creates, they all is easily converted into nuclear bombs, and they all have extreme range. All right, they have extreme burst, they have extreme range, and they can go undetected, and they can hit any missile defense system in the world. See? Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord shall smite, or will smite, all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Yeah, because the heat, that fire from the missiles is going to cause people to burn alive, man. Your flesh gonna melt right off your skin, man. You're gonna be turned into ashes, man. That heat is gonna, man, instantly hey man, your body gonna disintegrate so fast, man. over the missile is over 1,000,000 degrees. All right, what I think is Fahrenheit, if I'm not mistaken. Hey man, that's some heat for your ass, man. You can't get around that. You can't. How you gonna escape that, man? How you gonna escape that? But this is the plague that's coming, man. We're just watching the other plagues come to pass. Uproars of the people, okay? Famines, all right? The earthquakes in different places. Nation rises against nations, okay? Pestilences. But you got this new variant out here. So you watch these things come to pass because why? How about Shemel Shah's getting ready to bring forth that great dreadful day, you know what I'm saying, that he had planned, all right, for the world, man, especially America. Okay? So with that, hey, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna say Lord willing next week. Shalom to the elected nation of Israel, Yasha Allah Bakaya, and I'm gonna say a Bible ball. Shalom to next week, Lord willing.